A very good morning to one and all. I, Dr. R.P. Suganeshwar, on behalf of VIT Bhopal, welcome this August gathering to the first International Colloquium on Recent Advances in Photonics. We are very excited to see such a large number of viewers connected online to participate in this International Colloquium on Recent Advances in Photonics organized by School of Advanced Sciences and Languages. VIT Bhopal, I thank all the viewers for such an active participation. So I would like to give a brief introduction about this colloquium. Photonics, the scientific study and application of light, has evolved to become the key technology behind many devices found in our modern home, factory, and research labs. It has been predicted by scientific experts that the 21st century will depend as much as on photonics as the 20th century depended on electronics. The application of photonics spreads across several sectors, from the optical data communications to imaging, lighting, and displays, from the manufacturing sector to life sciences, healthcare, security, and safety, anything we see around us. In this one-day international colloquium from School of Advanced Sciences and Languages, VIT Bhopal, we will be hearing from our expert the recent developments in the photonic technology and future opportunities and challenges that they present in various interdisciplinary fields. So we hope this colloquium will foster interaction between our expert speaker and our students and provide a platform for our students to gain an exposure to advancement in this interdisciplinary field. And also this colloquium will foster collaboration between us. And with this one, I would like to invite Dr. Hariharpati, Dean of SASL, to welcome our guest.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. R.P. Suganeshwar. Respected Vice President Mr. Shankar Viswanathan, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. P. Gunasekaran, respected Registrar Sri K.K. Nair, respected Chief Guest for this inauguration Dr. Atul Srivastava, Guest of Honor for this today's inauguration Dr. Rajesh Kambayat, Dr. Sweta Mukherjee, organizer of this colloquium, distinguished speakers, guests, my fellow colleagues, participants, students, a very warm good morning. I, Dr. Hariharpati, Dean School of Advanced Science and Languages, on behalf of VIT Bhopal University, would like to extend a very warm welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Atul Srivastava, Professor Mechanical Department of IIT Mumbai, and guest of honor Dr. Rajesh Kambayat, the Joint Director, Pandit Sundarlal Sharma Central Institute of Vocational Education, Bhopal, our beloved Vice President Mr. Shankar Viswanathan, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Speaker for today's colloquium, Dr. Dhalan Saktivel, Dr. Yogesh Nimdev, Professor GRC Reddy, Dr. Kaushik Chaudhary, and all present here for the first international colloquium on recent advancement in photonics ICAP 2021. VIT Bhopal University was established in 2017 with a great perspective which is dedicated to make the leaders of future generation. It is a campus of more than 200 acres situated at the heart of India between the two cleaner cities, Indore and the Bhopal. VIT Bhopal University is led by founder and the Chancellor Dr. G. Viswanathan, respected Vice President Mr. Shankar Viswanathan, and respected Assistant Vice President Ms. Kadambari S. Viswanathan. With a short span of time, VIT Bhopal University became one of the best chosen university by the students for its quality education through collaborative and active learning technology pedagogy adopted by its all 100% doctoral faculties. The School of Advanced Science and Languages, SASL, is one of the 6 schools at VIT Bhopal principally concerned with the blending of best knowledge of science, engineering, and humanities to provide rewarding learning experience to the students of VIT Bhopal University. The school offers numerous core and elective courses developed in collaboration with international academia and industrial experts in mathematics, chemistry, physics, English, and humanities. The school also imparts knowledge by employing student-centered teaching approaches via state-of-the-art studio classroom equipped with Web 2.0 technologies. The school is also involved in research where the researchers and the scholars, in partnership with the government, industries, and non-profit organizations develop cutting-edge technologies and innovations to serve our society. Physics division faculties in VIT Bhopal have impressive array of skills as it includes the teachers who are expert in diverse fields. The division has also offered specific engineering program based courses such as space physics, game physics, biophysics, biooptics, computational physics, energy and fundamental physics, etc. The research carried out by our faculty member in physics division with diverse research profile and with industrial and international working experience ranges from basic areas such as space science, astrophysics to interdisciplinary areas such as biotechnology, nanoelectronics, computational physics, photonics, and the material science. With a short span of 4 years from its inception, the physics division at VIT Bhopal University is excelling in all aspects. This is achieved by active participation of our faculty, researchers, and the students in that division, and which can be evident from the high impact SCI journal publications that made by them. As a Dean of SSL, I would like to congratulate the organizing committee, Dr. Sweta Mukherjee, Dr. Abhirup Das, Dr. Divya Haridas, and Dr. R.P. Suguvaneswar. It is because of their hard work we are able to arrange such a colloquium with a short span of time. I wish them all the success and hope that the colloquium will accomplish all its aims. On the occasion, I would also thank our management, Vice-Chancellor, Register for giving us the opportunity to organize this colloquium. I wish that all of us participating will be more hopeful and enriched at the end of our encounter for augmented collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So I would now like to request our registrar, Shri K.K. Nair, to address our honorable guests and the audience.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Respected Vice President Shankar Viswanathan, sir. Respected VC, sir. Today's chief guest, Dr. Atul Srivastava, sir. Rajesh Kambayat, guest of honor. Dean SASL, Hari, sir. SASL faculty members, students, and other keen enthusiasts of photonics who have assembled here. It's indeed a privilege for the VIT Bhopal University to host yet another international conference on ICAP, the International Colloquium on Advancement in Physics, in Photonics. In late 50s and early 60s, when we were students, we had heard of photonics as it was only a minimal reference as the science of light. And the light meant for us was more of a VIBGYOR, and then the experiments connected with light. But today, as Hari sir has explained, photonics is at the very core of modern advancements, particularly in appliances and instruments which are of daily use. And as very rightly explained by Sugu, it is going to be the major area of development or major area of application in the days to come. So this colloquium is very much relevant and would be immensely helpful to the students as well as others to gather the latest on the applications that are going to come in the days to come. So this would be an opener for many of them. VIT has been, we have been regularly holding national and international level conferences on various topics of interest and concern to the students. we had in the last month we had the international conference on communication, computation, and cognition, the IC3C. Then we have an artificial intelligence conclave coming up in the next month. Similarly, we have a National Science Week coming up. So these are all, the events, a lot of collaborative work is done in spite of the severe handicaps posed by the COVID pandemic. It has not dampened our enthusiasm to enrich or to expand the frontiers of knowledge of our students. The collaborative approach in our learning and teaching methods have been amplified, and these these are the opportunities that the present day is presenting us for through online learning. So I wish the conference a grand success, and I'm very sure all the participants would be immensely benefited by the words of experience, the words of knowledge, the words of illuminating knowledge of all the invited guest speakers. So thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your inspiring words. I would now like to invite our Vice-Chancellor, Dr. P. Gunasekaran, to address our honorable guests and the audience.
Thank you, Dr. Shugu. Very good morning to all of you. In fact, it is a very warm morning to all of you. We are getting into the spring. Respected Vice President, Mr. Shankar Viswanathan, sir, our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Atul Srivastava, Professor of Mechanical from IIT Bombay, and our guest of honor, Dr. Rajesh Kambayat, Joint Director, Pandit Sundarlal Sharma, Central Institute of Vocational Education, and all other esteemed guests who are going to be part of this international colloquium on advancement in photonics, and all the faculty members of the School of Advanced Sciences and Languages, particularly the Dean of Advanced Sciences and Languages, and the organizing committee members of this conference, and all other students and faculty members who are participating in this conference from all over the places. I welcome you all for this, the first international colloquium on the advancement in photonics. In fact, this is yet another international conference, seminar, workshop. Among the conferences, workshops, and other activities we are conducting all through the year, and I'm thankful to the management and the organizing secretary and the dean for organizing this meeting. In this meeting, I think Dr. Harigapati already covered the area of the VIT Bhopal University and its futures. I will touch upon one or two points before going to the other aspects. As you know, as a matter of privilege and pride, that VIT Bhopal University caters the need of the central part of the country, not only the central part, all over the country, and ideally located in the two clean cities, and it's offering innovative programs and having 100% doctoral faculty, as he has mentioned. And we are vibrant in the research activity also, as all of our faculty members are having the doctoral degree. Their focus is on research-based teaching methodology. So we have the teaching methodology, what we call it as a collaborative active learning through technology, briefly mentioned as a Caltech, through which we are offering UG, PG programs, and all the courses are offered through this. And our education platform, teaching learning platform, is made in such a way that the collaborative active learning practices can be conducted. That's one part of the teaching. And our faculty members are well trained from India and from abroad. Therefore, they are keen on conducting research activities. They are routinely conducting international conferences. I think even during this pandemic period itself, they have conducted more than 60 conferences, webinars and workshops, and so on and so forth. They are conducting competitive events also, like a Gamathon, like here also. They are going to have some competitive events. And then shortly we are going to have a National Science Week. There also we are going to have students competitions. And like that, we are focused on teaching activity with experts in research. In addition to that, this university has entered into collaboration with a variety of universities, industries across the country and abroad, and which facilitated the transfer of knowledge from industry to our classrooms by inviting the industry experts to teach the classes in the last portion. At least one unit of the classes, it's covered by the industry experts. And we also take our students to industry visits so that they gain an idea about the industrial aspects, and that helps us to place them properly in the desired industries with high packages. And since our university is having single entry and single exit policy, which means that we have 4 campuses, Vellore, Chennai, Andhra Pradesh, Amravati, and Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. All the 4 campuses, we have a single entry through entrance examination and merit-based entry to the various programs, and also our placement activities are centrally controlled by the main campuses and cater the needs of all the campuses. And most of our students, eligible students, are placed in good companies with high packages. Therefore, this is the attraction for our students and the parents for putting their wards into their VIT, one of the VIT institutions, and students friendly atmosphere in the hostels facilitate the happy learning in the VIT Bhopal University. And VIT Bhopal University is legal. It's established with an Act of Assembly in Madhya Pradesh, and it's a state private university. And this holds a legacy of VIT University of Vellore. So we have the same chancellor and for all the campuses, and this campus is managed by our Vice President, Mr. Shankar S. Viswanathan, and Assistant Vice President, Ms. Kadambari S. Viswanathan. And this university, VIT Vellore, has several awards and recognitions, and one of the best recent one is it has been recognized as the Institute of Eminence by the Government of India. So that alone speaks about the quality of education provided by the VIT institutions. And VIT Bhopal also recently has received several awards from its inception 2017. And 2018, we got an award from the Career Connect magazines with the award, namely the best emerging technical institutions in North India. This is a kind of National Education Excellence Award. And also we got a STEM award, a STEM summit conducted in IIT Delhi. Has given a Best Technical Fest Award for VIT Bhopal University. And this year we have got an award from the Data Security Council of India through the NASCOM activities, and has given the award to VIT Bhopal University among the tough competitions between several other universities, adjusted this university as the best education providing in the area in cybersecurity and digital forensic. So this is a recent award. And there are many more awards and laurels to come to the university. And we are going for the accreditation and other ranking activities. We are in the process. We are in the 4th year of the existence. We already conducted one convocation, the first convocation on the digital mode. This first university through the activity of the digital mode with the help of gaming professors actively participating and conducting this digital mode of convocation. So we are setting a trend in the educational scenario. That's why we have signed several MOUs and also offer several innovative programs. The site few is cybersecurity, digital forensic, gaming technology. You have a robotic and automations, and we have recently going to introduce the architecture program also. And we have already introduced a program on health informatics from the School of Computer Science and Engineering, and several other new programs are to come. And we already started one new program in electronics and communications and cybernetics and communications, and that also we have started. So this is some of the points, the importance of the VIT Bhopal University. And coming to today's conference and the International Colloquium on advancement in photonics, and when the photonics is always close to my area of research, one of the area of research. When I now to mention the names, always it comes as a biophotonics. Biophotonics, it's not a biophotonics comes to my mind, and I am always used to work in the interdisciplinary area. In fact, my electives in those days in +2, not a +2, it used to be SSLC, school secondary school leaving certificate. We are the first batch of students introduced the elective courses, and I took electives on physics. And I did my BSc in chemistry, and I went into biology in the masters and worked in the microbiology, genetics, and molecular biology. So I'm more on interdisciplinary area, and I am very much familiar with biophotonics rather than the other photonics aspects, and other people will be talking about it and the importance of photonics in the other areas. Day-to-day activity, when we see the importance of photonics, I could recollect that, okay, nowadays we changed every tube lights into LEDs. So in my opinion, I think this is one of the important aspects of solid state physics, solid state lighting. So the LEDs play an important role in the day-to-day life. And not only that, even in communications, we use the cables which based on the lighting system. So that I'm not going to touch upon. And only the thing is, I'm more concerned about the importance of photonics in our health. So all of you know that the light is an important aspect. Without light, there is no life. Without light, there is no photosynthesis, no food. So you are not going to have any life without light. So light is important element in our life, and using the light to measure or detect or any process or measurement, when you do it, it is going to be very fast and sensitive and accurate way. So this is the basic concept of photonics. Revolutionize the potential of the healthcare. So biophotonics, I think, use of light-based technology. I used to work on luminescence, bioluminescence, and the gene on and off system using the light, the luminescent light. And later on, we started working on other wavelengths of light to on off and switch on and switch off the gene expression studies. And biophotonics also uses in the instrumentation, bioinstrumentations and healthcare, and even at uses at the molecular level. I can recollect one of the students' work, last but one student work, who was working on the drug delivery system, and used to work on the biocapsulation of the drugs, and the release of the drug is based on the excision mechanisms of the release of the drugs based on the photo emissions of the radiation given to the animals or the experimental system where we are using it. So the immobilized or capsulated the drugs is passed through the bloodstream, and when it reaches the target area, then we give the very specific light sensitive, very specific wavelength of light. So that light gives an opportunity for this immobilized light sensitive release of the drugs and the specific target. So this has been published in journals, and also it's an important work in collaboration with a chemistry faculty in the School of Chemistry in Madurai Kamaraj University, where I used to work. And this biophotonics technology is also playing a major role in, I think, bioengineering. Now we are having a new program on bioengineering, and this biophotonics is going to be a major role in addressing the need of our the problem solving process. It's going to play a major role in the bioinstrumentations and bio materials, maybe from pacemaker to synthetic bones, or from endoscopic to the micro camera used in vivo process. So the light is going to plays a major role not only in constructing the bioinstrumentation and the process of measurement and the process of treatment. So I would say that photonics is going to be major role in biotherapeutics and biosensor and biotherapeutic activities, and many other activities in our in the research as well as in the healthcare aspect. So it is a very important area. Therefore, it is a very apt for the SASL faculty to organize this meeting to show the importance of light. It's not a simply light. It is the light. It's going to rule the world, and it's going to be an important area for our research. I think many of our faculty members in the physics, they are focusing on the photonics area. Soon or later, we will have new programs on photonics, I suppose. So with these few words, I thank the management for providing the opportunity, particularly our Honorable Chancellor, Sir, Dr. G. Viswanathan, Sir, and our Vice President, Mr. Sankar S. Viswanathan, and our Assistant Vice President, Mrs. Kadambari S. Viswanathan, and Mrs. Ramani Balasundaram, Trustee Madam, and all other members who are giving us opportunity. At the same time, I also thank my colleague, Dr. K.K. Nair, Registrar of this university, and all the deans, particularly Dean of SASL, and all the faculty members. At the end, I thank the Honorable Chief Guest and our Guest of Honor for accepting our invitation to participate in this meeting. I thank you all. Have a great day. It is a colorful day for you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your speech on VIT Bhopal activities and also about the colloquium and about the importance of photonics and whatever the activities we are doing in our university. So now it is my honor to actually introduce our guest of honor for today, Professor Rajesh B. Kambayat. So he's a Fulbright PhD fellow and he is currently working as joint director in Pandit Sundarlal Sharma Central Institute of Vocational Education, Bhopal. He was associated as professor and head of Department of Education and Research with the National Institute of Technical Teacher Training Research in Bhopal, and he was former GB engaged faculty consultant of Columbia Plant Staff College for Technical Education, appointed by the governing body of CPSC, non-intergovernmental international organization in Asia and then in Pacific region based in Manila and Philippines. He also served as a joint director of Asia Pacific Accreditation and Certification and has been involved as an international specialist for skills in standards and curriculum development for ICT and business. Dr. Kambayat has been also involved in various programs, projects in the education sector with a strong expertise and background in technical and vocational educational training. And he was also involved in curriculum development using information and communication technology for education training and quality management. He has worked with various governmental institutions and technical institutes in the member countries across Asia Pacific, Europe, and Middle East. Dr. Kambayat was also instrumental in conceptualizing, planning, and designing, developing, and coordinating various regional, in-country, and extra budgetary programs. And he has also rendered consultancy services for UNESCO and various other organizations and also World Bank. So we are very honored to have such a person with wide expertise among us today, and I would like to invite him to have a few words with us. Uh, Rajesh sir.
Thank you. A very good morning. Thank you for such a generous introduction about me. Honorable Dr. Vishwanathan, the founder and the Chancellor of VIT University. Our today's chief guest, Dr. Atul Srivastava, Professor of Mechanical from IIT Mumbai. Respected Dr. Vishwanathan, the Vice President. Respected Madam Vishwanathan, the Assistant Vice President of VIT. Respected Dr. Gunasekaran, the Vice-Chancellor of VIT Bhopal. Respected Dr. Nair, the Registrar of VIT. All the invited guests, faculty colleagues, staff members of VIT Bhopal. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. I think it's a great pleasure for me to be a part of today's first international colloquium on the recent advances in photonics. I'm very happy, in the last 4 years, VIT has really, taken such a big shape. I'm so happy that it has come to Bhopal. And particularly this, when we talk about international colloquium, it has really created a platform. And I'm sure today's discussion will foster a lot of interaction with all these seasoned scientists, researchers, students, and it will also help us understanding what are the new developments in the field of photonics and all that. At the outset, allow me to take this opportunity to thank Honorable Chancellor Sir, Honorable Vice-Chancellor Sir, and all the organizers, including Madam Shweta Mukherjee, for thinking about me and inviting me to be a part of this today's event. As we are going to discuss at length, I know I'm not the expert in this field of photonics, but allow me to also share a few thoughts on today's occasion. I think when we talk about today's context, we are all aware that the last century, 20th century, has been the era of semiconductor material and the electronic technology. But as the new advances, particularly 21st century is expected to be the age of photonic material. That is how I foresee, and particularly optical technology. And it has countless, optical devices can be indispensable in our daily life, as mentioned by Honorable Chancellor Sir and all that. Like particularly the storage area network, parallel processing, optical switches, all optical data network, holographic storage devices, and biometric devices, to name a few and all that. I'm sure our experts are going to debate and discuss all these areas, so I will not touch upon that. But I also would like to draw attention for the benefit of every one of us that Government of India has recently released the National Education Policy 2020. And for the benefit of audience, I think it is interesting to see that it has put a special emphasis on innovation. Particularly if you see innovation, the need is education. And you'll be surprised to know currently the expenditure which is allocated as a percentage of our GDP is only 4.43. And we need to a target of at least 6% of GDP for the education. Now coming to research and innovation, our investment is, you'll be surprised to know that it is only 0.69% of the GDP. If we compare the developed part of our other part of the world, like USA has 2.8%, Israel 4.3, whereas South Korea has 4.2. So the global average is around 3%. And I think there is a lot to be done when it comes to the research, and particularly when we talk about innovations and all that. And I think in order to promote this, my feeling is that we need to focus on building digital infrastructure, digital content, building the capacity, particularly as we talk about the new generation and tech generation expectations and all that. And I think this particular sector of photonics, all these advancements are going to help all of us in a big way. I think there is also need to have a good emphasis on networking with the industries, particularly with the higher education institutions for research and collaboration, particularly creating IPR and changing the perception of stakeholders and all that. You know, the National Education Policy also highlighted the need of creating startup incubation center, technology development centers, centers in the frontier areas of research, center for industry and academia linkage, interdisciplinary research, to name few and all that. So as we see the future, I'm very sure this new advances in the field of photonics can help us, visualizing the education and training for the 21st century. Particularly when I see the virtual reality, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, there are enormous potential this particular photonics has, and it can create us a wonderful opportunity for creating the digital space for our young learners. I am particularly talking in the context of vocational education. You'll be pleased to know that Government of India puts special emphasis on vocational education. And to reach out to the millions of the students, I feel that these developments are going to help in a big way in pushing, creating digital resources, digital virtual laboratories for our students and all that. So I feel there is a lot of things going to be happening in the coming years, as I foresee from this discussion today. I think at the same time, when we discuss all these things, we also need to realize that for our young learners, we have to also cultivate adaptability, learning to learn skill, teamwork, creativity, problem solving, taking initiative, decision making, many things. And there is a lot to be done for our young students and all that. I'm extremely happy that VIT is taking this agenda forward, not only in the one field, but in multiple fields, as I could listen from the speakers earlier. So with these words, I wish to extend my greetings for a great success of this first international colloquium, particularly on the recent advancements in photonics. And once again, thank you, VIT, all the organizers, for giving this wonderful opportunity for me to say a few words on this occasion. Thank you, everyone, for your attention to me. Wish you a good day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We are indeed very honored that you could be actually among us today, and you could actually give a few words for us. And it is a very nice gesture on your part that at such a short notice you could be actually present here. And now I would like to invite Dr. Shweta Mukherjee to introduce our chief guest.
Madam, unmute the mic.
A very good morning to one and all who are present here. I'm really privileged and honored to introduce to you our chief guest and keynote speaker, Professor Atul Srivastava. Professor Atul Srivastava is a renowned professor from Indian Institute of Technology Bombay whose expertise lies in the field of applied heat transfer and optical instrumentation. He has completed his MTech and PhD from IIT Kanpur, followed by a postdoctoral research from Tohoku University, Japan. He has worked as a Scientist D and Scientist E from Raja Ramanna Center for Advanced Technology, Indore, India. He has several research publications and projects on the topics of covering heat and mass transfer, two-phase flows, bioheat transfer, optical techniques for whole field measurement, optical tomography, crystal growth, biomedical applications of lasers. Our distinguished guest is also the recipient of prestigious Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award from Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, Government of India. So over to you, sir. We are very thankful that you are here with us to share your words. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you very much, madam, for this nice introduction. First of all, I would like to thank all the dignitaries who are present in today's opening ceremony, and more importantly, the organizers for basically making me a part of this first colloquium, international colloquium on photonics or advances in photonics. This is something which I am really excited about for the obvious reason, uh, because the conference or the colloquium is going to highlight the importance of photonics and its applications in a wide range of research areas, not only in physics, as Vice-Chancellor said, had basically brought out the importance of photonics in bioengineering and biomedical applications. Similarly, in material science, engineering applications. So I I I thank